Hello everybody, and welcome to the Fleur Services Healing Channel. I'm your host, Todd Dobson. I welcome you again to our channel. All right, today we will actually cover the Melchizedek Grounding Meditation. This grounding meditation is to ground yourself and run your energy or clear any other energies from you. The precept for this, we will discuss what energy is and go through multiple things before we actually get to the exercise. We will cover this in two videos. The first vlog will review the steps with explanations. The second vlog will be the grounding and energy running meditation without explanations. So it will just be the meditation on its own. Okay, let's understand a little bit about energy. Because the average person, when we talk about energy, the first thing that comes to mind is electricity. All right, electricity for your home, for your car, for your business, perhaps even the automobile combustion engine and other forms of electricity. And most people think of that as the limitations of energy or the limitations of what we discuss. All right, for our purposes, all right, we will discuss, all right, beyond electricity, what energy is to you and to me, all right, and why it is important that we understand our own personal energy. Let's start with Albert Einstein developed an equation that everyone has heard or read, all right, E equals mc squared, demonstrating the relationship between energy, E, and mass, m, with the speed of light, c, being constant. He also stated in lectures that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. The implications of this statement extended far beyond thermodynamics or electricity, but also impacted personal energy. This statement opened many discussions about death and dying. Originally, the main question from that is, where does energy go once we die? Albert made many additional statements, including one, everything is energy, and that is all there is to it. That is a very relevant statement because the desk that I'm standing at, the monitors that I see around me, the microphone that I'm using, they all are static energy. All right, they actually have a focus, a task. The desk was made for me to work off of, to hold my monitors, to hold my computers, for me to be able to type on, move my mouse on, so forth and so on. All right, so the energy and the intention for that desk is pervasively clear for it. But even though it is an inanimate object, it still is made up of energy. Anytime there is an intention to something or someone, that intention has energy attached to it. René Descartes primarily worked on the fundamental concept of motion as mass times velocity or momentum. Still, his work is defining dualism, particularly in relationship to the mind-body distinction, sparked my curiosity about where personal energy is utilized. Thomas Young suggests that energy was related to mass multiplied by the square of velocity, mv squared. All right. Aristotle coined the term energia, which can be defined as a being at work or activity. He applied his concepts to physical systems and human emotions, while Hercules argued that change is fundamental to reality, emphasizing a constant state of flux in human existence. Plato viewed the soul as the origin of both life and mind, attributing this to its capacity for self-initiated movement. He also believed that the soul moved things through its thoughts. This concept serves as a principle in my explanation that our thoughts are energy, documented in greater details within a forthcoming book that I've been writing. Others, such as Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, Gaspard Gustav Corliss, William Thomas, also known as Lord Kelvin, and William Rankine, all right, among many other physicists and philosophers and scientists, have contributed not only to our understanding of how energy impacts our daily lives, but also to concepts that everything is energy and that we all share energy. That last statement, we all share energy, is truly important for this conversation, for this meditation, because that is where the need for us to ground ourselves, to protect ourselves from receiving energy from people that we either don't know or that we don't want. Even our loved ones will send us energy, and that energy can be both happiness, joy, and pristine energy of a divineness, all right? While our loved ones can also send us energy of anger, of rage, of hate even, all right? And because it's our loved ones, we still do not want to take it on. That's another discussion for another time. Because everything is energy, and given that we share energy, grounding becomes essential for self-safety and protection. It is incumbent upon us to ensure that our energy is the energy surrounding us in ourselves by taking on or by not taking on energy from others. So grounding is a means of protecting ourselves, while running energy is about removing all other energies from us as we strive to work within our energy by cleansing or clearing all other energies. Grounding should be done every morning before interacting with others and every time before we go to sleep. Now, in meditation, all meditation, your intention and your imagination plays significant roles in meditation. As you relax and allow yourself the ability to imagine, you can and will see amazing things. The ability to set intentions and follow through with the belief that they manifest as you envision and feel them is one of the most significant capabilities we human beings have. Okay, precept completed. All right, let's get to the actual Melchizedek Grounding Meditation. Now with this, I will actually start by stating an action. And then I will state after that action, and the action can be something like speak aloud or say internally. It can also be visualize. So it's telling you what I'm wanting or preferring that you do. All right. The content will follow the action, and the content is what you want to be repeating or saying. Whether you say it out loud verbally or whether you say it within your mind non-verbally, it doesn't matter. For many, when you start a new meditation like this, verbalizing the commands and the structure is better because it emphasizes with greater impact what you're saying. Then I also will give an explanation. So I'll go through the content that you should speak aloud or say internally or envision, and then I'll go through the explanation for anything within that section. All right? So let's begin with the grounding meditation itself. The first action is to speak aloud or say internally, I am grounded into the protected place at the center of the earth, with a sacred connection between the universe and the earth throughout all that I am. All right. The explanation for this statement is this is setting the intentions for the Melchizedek Grounding Meditation. It is best that you always start any meditation with establishing what you are going to be doing, and that you believe exactly that by the end of it, that's what will be happening. Okay? It explains what will be happening, what we will go through in this grounding exercise. All right. The second speak aloud or say internally is the sacred connection utilizes prana. Now the word prana is in brackets. I'll explain that in a moment. The sacred connection utilizes prana, divine light, and divine love energies directly from the protective place at the center of the universe to constantly fill and flow through every cell within each of my bodies, all of my aura and fields, where my aura and fields remain at arm's length away from my physical form in all directions at all times, each and every chakra and all that I am. All right, explanations. The prana, for those who do not know or have never used the term, this is your specific life force, your life energy. We all have unique energy. We all have unique vibration. We all have a unique frequency that is just for us. So prana is a term meaning that life force energy. There are many alternative words meaning the same life force. All right, ki, chi, mana are just a couple. There are many more. Use whatever word you feel most comfortable with. I use the word prana in brackets because I want you to be able to use the word that you most associate with. All right, if ki or chi is the word that you associate with the most, then say that in this same way. The sacred connection utilizes ki, divine light, and divine love energies. It means the same thing because we're speaking of the same thing. We're just using different words. All right, continued explanation. Many people may or may not know or understand that while we have a physical body that we can touch, hear, see, smell, and interact with, all right, we actually have 7 distinct bodies or layers of being that extend beyond our physical body. Those 7 layers or 7 bodies are physical body, etheric body, emotional body, mental body, astral body, celestial body, and causal body. All right? These are your 7 layers or 7 bodies. I reference those when I actually work in this meditation to bring that back to constantly fill and flow through every cell within each of my bodies. That's where I'm referencing these 7 bodies. All right, continued explanation. Auric field or aura. Some people may fully understand what this is, while others may not. Our aura is the energy that animates our physical form. It is the energy field that surrounds our 7 bodies or our physical body. It may be tight around our physical form, or it may be projected outwards, extending far beyond our physical form. All right? And your aura and field, you will actually work throughout this meditation referencing aura and field. So it is important that you understand what it is. Again, that same statement to constantly fill and flow through every cell within each of my bodies. All of my aura and fields, where my aura and fields remain at arm's length away from my physical form in all directions at all times. This statement, I am specifying that we want your aura and field to be tight, close around your physical form, your physical body. All right? We don't want it extended out. And by you stating that in this meditation, if your aura and field is extended beyond your physical form by some distance, that will bring it in to a tight radius around your body or centered around your physical form. And that's where we want it to be. The more extended your aura and field is, the more energy you pick up from others. Even though your aura and field may be crossing others that you do not speak with, you do not look at, you do not see, you don't interact with. That doesn't matter. If your aura and field is crossing them, then you're picking up energy from them. Why would you want to pick up a stranger's energy? They could be the nicest person in the world, or they may be the grumpiest person in the world. All right? Do you want to bring home to your family the grumpiest person in the world's energy? All right? Because what that may do is make you grumpy. Or as you share that energy of the grumpiest person in the world with others in your family, that is sharing that grumpy energy, and that may make one or multiple of them grumpy. All right? That's how we're sharing energy. So when you're in a meeting with your boss and some coworkers, you're picking up energy from everyone in that meeting. All right? This part of the meditation is to cleanse all other energies from you that is not your own energy. Okay. The next step, or repeating that same set of steps, all right, is the visualization of what we're going to. So ultimately, this is what I envision. However, your imagination could have you envisioning different things, and that's okay. Whatever is most comfortable for you is okay for you to imagine or to visualize. If this is the first time you're performing this meditation, allow your visualizations to be what is natural to you. This is what I imagine, all right? The large picture, or the larger picture for this meditation, will end up being an oval or egg-shaped elliptical with your body in the center of it. This represents your aura and field. There should be a line or a cord from the bottom of that oval down into the protective place at the center of the earth. All right, and a line or a cord from the top of that elliptical up to the protective place at the center of the universe. Divine light and divine love energies I see as blinding white lights, and it emanates from the protective place at the center of the universe, fills that protective place at the center of the universe, fills the grounding cord down to my aura and field, or that oval that surrounds your body, and continues down the grounding cord into the protective place at the center of the earth. Divine light and divine love energies from the protective place at the center of the universe swirls in that that ball at the protected place at the center of the universe in a clockwise motion, or swirling around clockwise. A blinding white ball that remains at the center of the universe in that protective place at the center of the earth. That blinding white ball, or white energy that is swirling around the ball clockwise, all right, will then flow down and up the cords until it fills the blinding white oval with your body inside of it. It persists again until it gets to the center of the earth. Always swirling in a clockwise motion. So that blinding white light that has filled your aura and field will continue swirling in a circular motion and clockwise motion at your aura and field, and again at the ball at the center of the earth. The oval shape surrounding you is your aura and field, and the blinding white light swirls clockwise within it, fills the cord until it gets to both the center of the earth and the center of the universe. Okay. Once you visualize all of that, speak aloud or say internally. If you need to ground yourself and run energy quickly, you can visualize the end result and say, I am grounded into the protective place at the center of the earth, with a sacred connection between the protective place at the center of the universe throughout all that I am. Therefore, I am grounded. I am protected. I am safe. All right. Next statement, speak aloud or say internally. The sacred connection also uses divine light and divine love energies that continuously transmute anything and everything that is not God's, in brackets, divine light or God's divine love energies that are within me, surrounding me, attached to me, within my aura and fields, within any and every chakra, and anything and everything that is influencing and or interfering with any and all parts that I am. All right. Explanation. This statement is where we start to run energy, while the statements before were strictly grounding. All right, so we completed the grounding when we made the statement, I am grounded, I am protected, I am safe. That completes the grounding. When we move into this section, all right, and it's moving energy throughout us, cleansing energy, all right, that is seriously important. Whenever I use brackets, as I indicated before, all right, in the use of the word God, all right, you can utilize anything that feels right for you. All right, there are many names for God, and you should use the one that is most comfortable for you. If you don't want to use any word for God, you can use universe, so forth and so on. All right, replace it with whatever your religious or theosophical ideologies garner or most comfortable for you. All right, we reference chakras both in the grounding and here, and we have 7 primary chakras and many secondary or supportive chakras. All right, in this case, chakras are energy centers within the bodies. We have 7 primary chakras. All right, I will go through them, starting at the base of your spine or the coccyx. All right, that is where your root chakra is. All right, I'm using the non-Hinduism words here, and I understand. I've learned what the Hindu words are, or the Hindi words are, for chakras, but they, for me, an English-speaking person, they are more complex to say. They don't roll off of my tongue the way many of my Indian friends will actually say them. So I will continue to use the colloquial terms like root chakra. If you wish to use the Hindu words, by all means, please do so. All right, so we start with the first chakra, which is at the coccyx or the base of our spine. As you move up, just below the belly button is your sacral chakra. Above the belly button, all right, is your solar plexus chakra. At the heart or center of your chest is the heart chakra. At the Adam's apple or throat is your throat chakra. Above the center of your forehead, above your two eyes is your third eye chakra. And the top of your head is your crown chakra. These energy portals are how we send and receive and share energy between us. All right, that's why it's important for us to understand, because our chakras are sending our energy out, but they're also receiving energy in. All right, speak aloud or say internally, I grab hold of my root chakra grounding cord and my feet chakra grounding cords as I rock it into the protective place at the center of the earth. Connecting these grounding cords at the protective place at the center of the earth, thereby grounding all that I am into the protective place at the center of the earth. All right, the explanation for this statement. The grounding cords may be whatever you envision them as: a cable, a pipe, a rope, a cord. All right, if it is something that resonates with you, then it is right for you. So it can be anything that goes from our root chakra and at the base of our feet, or the balls of our feet, all right, into the protective place at the center of the earth. Further explanation. When I state this, all right, and I complete the connecting of this cord into the center of the earth, I feel as though I'm being pulled down, all right, almost to the degree that I sink within the earth a little bit each and every time this is done. All right, and that's important, because once I feel that, all right, I know that I'm grounded. What I visualize is when I actually see myself, it's like I'm holding my root chakra grounding cord. I pick up my 2 feet chakra grounding cords. I see a blinding white ball or light at the center of the earth, and I watch myself rocket, almost like Superman flying, straight down into the center of the earth, connecting these 3 grounding cords into the protective place at the center of the earth. And again, once I make that connection, I feel it pull me down or into the earth a little bit. That's when I know I am grounded. And once I know that I am grounded, I speak aloud or say internally, I am grounded. I am protected. I am safe. All right? Now, the next statement, to speak aloud or say internally, I grab hold of my crown chakra grounding cord as I rock it into the protective place at the center of the universe. Connecting this grounding cord into the protective place at the center of the universe, thereby enabling prana, divine light, and divine love energies to constantly fill and flow through all that I am. Divine light and divine love energies continuously transmuting anything and everything within me that is not divine light or divine love energies, that is within all that I am. All right. The visualization that I see when I do this is I see myself at my crown chakra. I see myself grab a grounding cord that is connected to my crown chakra, and I watch or witness myself like Superman rocketing up into the universe. All right. Once I reach the protective place at the center of the universe, which is a blinding white light, there is a funnel type tip that the grounding cord fits on and is connected to. Once that cord is connected, I feel as though I'm being stretched so that my feet are planted firmly into the earth. However, I am being pulled up or stretched, and I know that that is when I am connected to the center of the universe. All right. Then I see that blinding white light, that blinding white energy that is swirling at the ball that's in the center of the universe, swirling in a clockwise motion. All right, I see it flow down, and for me it's very quick. For others it may be slower, and it goes all the way down the grounding cord through my aura and field into the protective place at the center of the earth, filling that protective place at the center of the earth and flowing or filling the grounding cord upwards until it gets to my aura and field. It fills all that is my body, or each of my 7 bodies, and then I watch it fill that aura and field, and then it fills completely up until it reaches the protective place at the center of the universe. Again, the ball at the center of the universe, the ball that is my aura and field, that oval, and then the ball that is at the center of the earth, the blinding white light is constantly swirling in a clockwise motion, all right, as energy goes up and down the grounding cords. That is how we are replacing energy. That blinding white, the divine light, the divine love energy is replacing or transmuting with itself anything and everything that is not divine. And that's how you're swapping out or removing energies that could be someone else's energy, could be something else from someone or something else. All right, that is how you're getting rid of it. All right, I repeat, whatever you envision, what you feel, that's right for you. Once I see this picture, this full picture, and I know that I am grounded, and I know that my energy is being replaced, and as it fills and flows through all that I am, I repeat, I am grounded, I am protected, I am safe. Then I speak aloud or say internally, thank you, God, for grounding and cleansing all that I am with divine light and divine love energies. I am grounded, and I am divine light, and I am divine love energies. In the name of God, make it so. Now, this actually is the last statement that you'll make. The visualization, all right, at this juncture should be the entire picture. And again, I'll reiterate that this end picture should be a blinding white ball of light at the center of the universe, an oval shape or your aura and field that has your physical body or representation of your body in the center of it, and a blinding white ball that's at the center of the earth. Blinding white light, which is divine light, divine love energy, and prana, your life force, is actually emanating from the protective place at the center of the universe, circulating in that ball at the center of the universe in a clockwise motion as it moves down the grounding cord, all right, through your aura and field to the base, continues to circulate in a clockwise motion at the center of the earth as it moves up your grounding cord, circulates in a clockwise motion at your aura and field and throughout all that you are, and then as it moves upward back to the center of the universe. This constant motion and swirling of energy, that is where you're running your energy and you're replacing energy. That end picture, all right, is what we should know and look for. As you get used to this meditation and you need to ground and cleanse yourself quickly and easily, you won't have to verbalize anything. You can go directly to the visualization, visualize that end picture and that end motion, and know and trust that as you see that happening, you are ensuring that you're grounded, that you remain grounded, and that energy is running within you, and it is divine light and divine love energy with your own life force or prana. All right, that is a quick and easy exercise. If you get out of a meeting that may have been a little tough, a little difficult, or you're having a conversation with family, friends, or neighbors that may be a little tense, angry, frustrating, all right, reground yourself, rerun your energy, remove from you all of the anger, frustration, and other emotions, and that way you maintain your prana, divine light, and divine love energy. And that's a quick and easy way that you will be able to ground and run your energy. All right, if there are any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm sure this exercise should have some. What you will see next is just the Melchizedek grounding exercise or meditation without explanation. So it will just be repeat the following and the phrases that you need to repeat. All right, thank you very much. Y'all have a great and wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.